How can we feel productive when our body is screaming no? As a psychologist specializing in chronic pain and your fellow fibromyalgia warrior, I see the frustration of the to-do list every day. But what if I told you that being productive isn't just about getting things done? It's actually a tool to help lower our pain levels. Today, we're talking about micro goals and the brain chemistry that makes it all work. Hello, friends. I'm Dr. Pammy Jean, psychologist and fellow fibromyalgia warrior. Today, we'll explore research-backed strategies to calm our body, heal our mind, and find hope again. Hello, fellow fibro warriors. I hope you're having a great day. If you're new here, I'm Dr. Pammy Jean. I'm so happy that you're here. So March is that kind of weather that is so up and down. I mean, it'll be 70 for a few days and then it's in the 30s, which is what it is right now this morning. We're supposed to get a high of 40. And just a couple of days ago, it was 70 degrees. So we get that kooky weather here. So if you know Indiana weather, you know that we can still get ice and snow and then have it all melt away the next day, all through March, but maybe even April. Hopefully not this year. But I am getting excited about spring. What's the weather like where you are? With the break in weather, I'm excited to get started on refinishing a couple of tall dresser drawers for my granddaughters. And my son both of my sons brought them over yesterday. They're coated in a lot of paint, so I've got to sand that all off. And hopefully I'll get to that this afternoon, even though it's going to be a little bit cool. I'll just bundle up when I go outside. So if it continues to be weather like this for a while, once I get them all sanded, then I may have to bring them in to paint them. They want them painted in a white color. So I'm really getting excited to do something for them. I will share the before and afters once I get to it. But on with the topic we're here for today. Here we go. The dopamine pain connection in a healthy brain is when dopamine is our seeking and reward chemical. It fuels our motivation to reach our goals, but research shows that in people with fibromyalgia, the dopamine system can become dysregulated. Studies published in Nature and the Journal of Neuroscience suggest that dopamine doesn't just make us feel good, it actually modulates our pain perception. When we complete a task, our brain gets a hit of dopamine because we feel good about getting something done. And then that can act as a decision aid for the brain to endure or even inhibit pain. However, chronic pain can lead to a hypodopaminergic state where you have lower baseline dopamine, making it even harder to find the motivation to start a task. You're not alone in this. This affects all of us with fibromyalgia and chronic pain. But there is an answer. The spoon method for micro goals could be the answer. It helps me because our brain's reward system is already under pressure. A massive task like pre-finishing 2 bedroom dressers feels impossible and offers no immediate reward. Instead, we use micro goals. Instead of saying, I'm going to do the dishes when they're piled in the sink and all over the counter, your goal is just the spoons. If you don't know what the spoon method is, I have done this video, and I think you'll find it beneficial. It helps me tremendously. I love this method. It takes the pressure and stresses off of doing more than we can handle, and use it even doing the laundry. Whatever tasks you've set for yourself, they don't have to be huge, overwhelming tasks. I started on my closet a couple of days ago and got it all done that afternoon. But I've done the cleaning out of the closet many times, and my brain already knows that it's going to make me really happy and hits me with dopamine in the process. I do stop and take a few breaks because it can be overwhelming, but cleaning the closet out is an ongoing task. We always seem to trash it after a while. I don't know. So for our vacation coming up in May, I had to buy some new luggage, just little carry-on type of luggage for our trip in May. And now I need a place to store them. So I worked very hard on reorganizing that closet and decluttering some things. And I'm happy with the result. Is it perfect? No, certainly not. There's so much more to do. I only focused on the area where I wanted to put the luggage. It's ongoing, my friends. Unless you have the money to do a whole closet organization system, and I don't, so that's not going to happen. But what I did was beneficial, and it made me feel good. It's kind of like when you do the laundry, and sometimes I'll put just a little bit of laundry in the dryer at a time so as not to overwhelm myself and so that things don't get wrinkled. For things that only need to go in there for a few seconds, I start with those and hang them once they've been in the dryer for a minute or two. And then I put more laundry in. I just do this a little bit at a time, and it works for me. I don't know. What methods have you done to work for you? But why this does work is because every time you check off a win, you trigger a micro spike of dopamine. The result? That small spike helps keep the motivation going. It's called a motivation loop, and it's active without the massive energy cost of a full task. This is a form of positive goal engagement, which research in the Journal of Psychosomatic Research has linked to significantly better mental well-being in chronic pain patients. Dopamine motivation loop is also called the dopamine reward loop. It's a self-reinforcing neurocycle where the brain uses the neurotransmitter dopamine to drive goal-directed behavior. It's less about the pleasure of a final reward and more about the anticipation and pursuit of a goal. How exciting! The loop follows a consistent sequence that transforms a simple action into a repeatable habit. Yes, 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 yes. So number one is anticipation. This is the park. When you think about a goal, or see a cue like your to-do list, the brain's ventral tegmental area, or VTA, releases dopamine. They create incentive salience, or the feeling of wanting to take action. So, number 2 is action. This is the pursuit. This dopamine travels to the nucleus accumbens, or NA_C, acting like an ignition switch that signals your motor functions to begin the task. And number 3, achievement, is reinforcement. Upon completing the task, even a tiny one, the brain experiences a reward prediction error if the success was unexpected or satisfying. This triggers another dopamine spike that stamps in the memory, important, the memory of that success. So our brain is constantly doing math, right? If it expects a task to be 100% painful and 0% rewarding, it won't give us the dopamine to get started. But when we finish a micro goal and realize, hey, that wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, or maybe as much as I feared, our brain records a positive prediction error. That little surprise is what triggers the dopamine spikes that helps us do it again tomorrow. So number 4, feedback means closing the loop. Our prefrontal cortex remembers this positive feeling, making us more likely to repeat the behavior in anticipation of feeling that success again. And lastly, in a nutshell, the motivation loop is a neurological feedback mechanism where the anticipation of a reward drives a behavior, and the achievement of that behavior releases dopamine to reinforce and repeat the cycle. Our brain is powerful, so don't give up. And I'm reminding myself as well. So try one micro goal today. Not a project, not a room, just one tiny 5-minute win. If it even takes you 5 minutes, let me know in the comments what is your 1 spoon goal for today. So I hope you learned something. I send you gentle hugs and support. Love you.